of Farmapalooza, which is in Kaukauna, June 9th through the 11th. And my band Mast is playing there. And today I am here with Sweetalk, which is another band that's going to be playing at Farmapalooza. How you guys doing?
Good. Doing well.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. I'm excited to find out more about you. So let's start with your names.
I'm Brian.
Hey, Brian, what do you do in the band?
I play the drums.
Okay.
Andy, play bass.
Andy plays bass. Okay.
I'm Jamie. I play guitar and I sing.
All right. Hey, guys.
I also sing a tiny little bit. Maybe.
Okay. Awesome. Good.
He'll do 5 minutes if you need to fill some time.
All right. Awesome. I love that. So how did you guys meet?
Through the scene, really. I think we're all in different bands that all played together. And I don't know, it just kind of worked out.
It worked out for us because there's not a ton of bands to play with in general. So you pretty much find out who everybody is anyway.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. So how long have you been together?
The three of us have been together for like four years. Almost five.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know. The timeline gets messy.
I understand that. I felt definitely like I lost like one whole year. It was very confusing times. So I was listening to some of your stuff online. You've got music up on Bandcamp. When did you release that?
Our self-titled record that came out in 2021. We have previous music. We have like an EP that came out in 2017. I don't know. We got stuff out there.
And what would you say your sound is like?
I heard a fresh take on heavy modern rock. Somebody said that. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think we sound like Sweetalk.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like your band too, and like any band, but you got a lot of people that come up to you and just spit band names out and compare you.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. We get a lot of like Deftones,
Muse.
We played a show last weekend and we got a lot of Dispute, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right.
So
my boyfriend said Queens of the Stone Age earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I've heard that one.
That's cool.
Thrice we get sometimes.
Yep.
Awesome. So this year for Awesome Entertainment Management, our theme is vision. So I'm curious, guys, what is your vision for this band?
I think spreading our music as far as we can get, as many ears as we can get it in. That's at least mine.
Yeah. Anybody that's willing to listen. I think the bottom line is we just like to write songs together and see how good we can get at that, and naturally you're gonna go out and play shows and go get a record done, and after you have that done you gotta go promote that. So it sounds like just about every other band's cycle of being a band, but I don't know. We just enjoy every aspect of it, I think.
No, that's great. It's good perspective because, some bands, they probably wouldn't be doing interviews right now, but some bands are like, yeah, I really enjoy just playing in the basement.
We like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. You don't have to move your stuff anywhere, but
yeah,
it's the hardest part.
Yeah, so that's why it's always kind of fun to ask, because you don't always know. Sometimes some of the most talented musicians, you're like, man, what are you doing? Where are you going? And they're just like, I just like playing at my family get-togethers. Like,
And
okay,
that's cool too.
That's what you want to do.
exactly. That's
I
kind
think-
of the cool part about music. You could be in at any entry level and still participate.
Yeah, absolutely. If you enjoy it, that's the main reason. You know, you don't want it to become a job. I think that's why we do this.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from our job.
Yeah, exactly. I see my music time as like my retirement time, my leisure time, even though it's a lot of work sometimes.
It's worth doing.
It is.
Therapy sessions.
So, okay, you guys have some shows coming up. What's that look like?
Yeah, in April we're gonna start a run of like 10 shows. We're playing. We got a couple in Green Bay, some in the Fox Valley. We're going to Madison. We'll be in Minneapolis. I think we have another show in the works in Milwaukee. So the spring we'll be around, and then obviously we got Farmapalooza in June.
Right, awesome. That sounds like you guys are going to get around, be on the move, so people have lots of chances to get to hear you live. So
Yes.
awesome.
Yep.
Are you guys working on any new music too, or are you just working on going out and promoting what you have right now?
No, we do both. You know, I guess
Yeah.
working on new stuff is always kind of on the agenda.
Awesome. All right, so now we've reached the point of the interview where you give me a number and then you get a random question. So let's see, what was that number again?
Number 3.
All right, we got number 3. So let's see what you got. Okay, your question is, what do you enjoy about music the most?
You know what? Let's. I'm kidding. Actually, I think it's like what Andy was just saying. Like, it's kind of like a therapy, sort of thing. I mean, none of us are really. I mean, I guess I'm speaking for myself. Like, I'm not that religious of a person. I don't think they are either. But when you hear people talk about like going to church and having like a religious experiences, like playing music and exploring ideas and seeing like a small idea that you start out with that you don't have the full picture on, and seeing it come to fruition is kind of like that when you have all the different dots that get connected, and at the end you have this finished product or finished song or whatever you've been working on. Like, that's kind of the reward of all of it for me.
Yeah, I mean, how can anyone say it better than that?
I mean,
Jesus.
that's
Doing stuff together with other people. That's
Yeah, the collaboration.
yeah, I think that's what bumps it up even a notch further is when you go out and you play, any of these 10 gigs that we have coming up, there'll be somebody that comes up to us and really connects with it. So like, not only do we, work on an idea together and get to a point where we really identify with it and have our expressions in it, but then someone else listening to it also identifies with it too. Like that's the gravy on top of it, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love what you're saying there because, music creation, a lot of the art creation comes from a place in our imagination. We kind of see or we hear what it's supposed to be. And so those initial recordings or the initial sound of it could be pretty terrible to the average ear. But it's cool because when you put it in front of other people that creatively get it, they can kind of like fill in the gaps with their own imagination and then add their instruments and then to see how it comes together and sometimes changes from where you initially thought it was going to be at the beginning. I love that. I love that with every song that begins and comes together to see the evolution. So that's cool, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So thank you guys so much for sharing a little bit more about yourselves. Everybody, you heard them. You can get out and see them in Wisconsin and even in Minnesota through April, May, and of course, you're going to see them at Farmapalooza in June, the 9th through the 11th. You can go to our website, hellisthebomb.com/Farmapalooza to learn more about Sweetalk and all of the other bands that are performing, and also how you can get your ticket and show up and camp and have a good time with us all weekend long. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Sweetalk. You guys were great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, till next time.
Later.